Hey guys, it's Jake from Wani, and I'm here with Derrick Green from Sepultura. Derrick, man, how are you going today?
I'm fantastic. Definitely here in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
I want to start off by talking about the Australian tour. So Sepultura has announced an Australian tour for 2018. It's your first shows here since 2014, but how good does it feel to be coming back to Australia again, especially when you take into account that it was an 11-year gap before the 2014 tour, and now it's only a 4-year gap between that tour and this tour?
Yeah, I think it was something we always wanted to do, was come back much sooner than that huge gap that happened. But it feels great. I mean, the last tour that we did in Australia was fantastic. We really felt that we had missed out on not coming back sooner. So we tried to, to really come back with a new album and not so far apart. So it's a wonderful feeling. I think it's a place that many bands and many artists really appreciate doing shows there. And you can feel that from the people that are there.
Yeah, cool. And these shows are a bit bigger than the last ones, as you guys are coming down with Death Angel. So are you excited to be playing these shows with another well-known act?
Absolutely. I think it just, I mean, since we're friends already and we have so much respect for them, I think this adds to the package so much. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, we were really lucky this year with having a lot of really good tours. We did a tour in the very beginning with Creator in Europe, and then Testament and Prong in the US, and those were a dream come true. So this is just adding on to that, and I think it'll be great for fans of heavy music in general. Yeah,
cool. And look, I know that Sepultura fans the world over are a passionate bunch. I mean, I've seen you guys play at VAC, and I've seen you play at Brutal Assault. But who would you list as your favourite fans or the craziest fans, and where would you put Australia fans on that scale?
Craziest fans? I would have to say the craziest fans I've seen for me was in Chile or Argentina. I think Chile. And I would put Australia at probably, Chile being one, probably at a 3.
Yeah.
Definitely like a 3.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, it's really such a unique and special place to play, and I think as an artist playing there, you get so psyched up, and I think you feel the audience so much because they're not really getting that many shows that often, and they just seem a little more enthusiastic and appreciative of you being there and realizing how far distance it is to get there, and you feel that your reciprocation from playing the show and being together with the audience. It's very reciprocal, this joy and this love of being there. So yeah. It's definitely in a high 3. It's one of my. I mean, fans are fantastic there. Plus, I get to speak English as well, so I get to speak English on stage, and people understand what I'm saying. So
yeah. So you guys released Machine Messiah at the start of the year, and it had some widespread positive reviews. And you've had the opportunity to tour some of the festivals and that this year, and the big venues, all that sort of thing. So how have the fans treated the new material live compared to some of the older, more nostalgic classics like Roots, for example?
It's been interesting. I have to say it's better response than I possibly could have imagined. Since I've been in the band, I feel that it's this is definitely the high point as far as the response and coming out with new material that I've felt. I think it goes really well with the old songs, but we really put it to the test by playing 6 new songs, and I'm so happy to see so many young people there. A lot of people have never seen Sepultura from back in the day, and then there's it's just people have grown up with the band for the past 20 years or so, which is how long I've been in the band. So I think it's exciting to see like this mixture of really young and then old school people there at the show, but enjoying the songs, because I think they give a diversity in the set list where it's not, it's unexpected. And I think for me as an artist, this is great to see people not expecting certain things to happen during the show. And I think it's important for us to change up the set list and to explore and try to do these new songs live, which is challenging to do these songs because they're hard to play. And but we've been doing it this whole year, and we've been switching certain things around as far as songs, and now we have, I think, such a very tight set list that people react to extremely well. I mean, the enthusiasm just from the very beginning and in the middle, I'm feeling it because we are doing so many of the new songs. So it's great. I think it's a good combination with like those old songs like Roots and Territory and things like that. I think it works really well together.
Yeah, cool. Now this one's a bit of a long-winded one, but I'm really keen to hear your thoughts on it. So Sepultura has always been about diversity, so even though the band was very successful in a thrash metal zone, you guys didn't want to stay there and rehash the ideas, and instead you have evolved over the years with albums of different styles. So I guess in a way Sepultura's progress has been perpetual and your artistic integrity has been impeccable. So at this stage, after more than 3 decades, why is Sepultura still willing to push and cross boundaries without any fear?
I think it's just something that's natural for us as artists, and I think when I speak of Andreas and Paulo and Loya, I think we always wanted by just naturally to do things. We're also changing as human beings. You know, there's a lot of things happening in our lives that add to wanting to try different things. But I think it's something important that we realize that we love a lot of old bands, and when bands are doing, you know, sticking to their roots and playing, you know, what they feel, you know, and what we feel is these changes and wanting to progress and wanting to get better at our instruments even. And so this is something that I think it's very natural for us as human beings. We're just naturally that way. I mean, we want to learn, we want to change, and I think it's a natural process of life. So I think we put that in our music, you know, and show no fear. I mean, what's the point of being afraid of doing something that you love? And so we just push it, you know, and not think about the fear or anything like that. I think we just go for the feeling of being in the moment and the joy and of doing that, having the privilege to do that and to tour the world and to show this, you know, and I think people see that we care a lot about what we do, old songs and new songs, but they definitely see us pushing as much as possible, and this is something that keeps it very real.
Yeah, cool. And on your vocal performance in particular, I've noticed that working with Jens Bogren has helped that develop a long way, and I hear lots of clean vocal sections on the records mixed in with the screams and the growls. I see bands like Lamb of God incorporating clean singing as well into their music, which works really well for them, but is that something you guys are going to experiment more with on the next record?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I was really feeling that in the writing process of this last album. It was one of the main reasons wanting to work with Jens, because he does such a wonderful job with things that I've heard in the past that he's worked on with bands doing clean vocals. But, I mean, for me, I really want to keep, you know, certain things within the realm where I feel comfortable. And I felt really comfortable doing a lot of clean stuff on this new album. But we'll have to see, like, on the new stuff. I don't know. I might be in a different mindset, but I definitely want to have the diversity in the vocals where it's not boring all the time. And so whether it be clean or screaming or some other technique, a mixture in between, it's good to really find this balance that fits well with the band, because I don't want it to be completely clean. I mean, for me, I want to feel the aggression the energy behind it in a very heavy way, you know, as far as with the screams and everything. I think it can be heavy again with clean vocals, but I believe there is a balance, and I really want to feel comfortable in doing it, where I can perform it live as well, and not come off as something really corny and pushing too far where it's just sounding, I don't know, contrived. So I think we'll just let it flow and see how it goes. I know Andres has some ideas that we haven't talked about yet, but we will once we're again on the road and just develop like some type of focus of what's happening. But I don't know, I see it being pretty heavy. I think especially playing with the Lloyd Casagrande, he's becoming more comfortable being in the band. And I can hear, I mean, I think you can hear that on the last album that we recorded. It's just like really opening up. So who knows what will come up on this next album.
Do you ever think that this incarnation of Sepultura will write an album that could be considered radio friendly?
You know, it's hard to say. You never really know. I don't think we're writing songs for that goal, but I guess it just really depends on how people take the music. You know, I never imagined that Creator would be #1 in Germany, but this year they were when we were on tour with them, and that was pretty shocking. Radio friendly, I don't know if there was any song that was like that on the radio, but you never know. You know, there was certain song, we did a cover song of U2 Bullet the Blue Sky, and that was being played on the radio here in Brazil a lot. We did a Massive Attack cover. That song, but it is a cover at that, but would definitely, it could be radio friendly, and if people really heard it, I mean, people didn't really believe it was us doing it until it was like on a TV show, like in the US. But I think, you know, anything is possible. You know, people are constantly changing, and opinions are always changing.
Yeah, cool. Last one for you, Derrick. So a couple of weeks ago, Machine Head frontman Rob Flynn came out and said that he thought that the creative process and writing metal had become a bit boring. So given that Sepultura have been creating music and touring for 30 years now, do you think that metal is becoming boring?
Not at all. I mean, I feel the complete opposite. I feel I've been learning so much more. It's the writing and the going in the studio process is more exciting because I don't know what's going to come out, but I feel that I've learned a lot over the years, so I'm really happy with the evolution. I think this is something that's so exciting. You know, I had no idea what our last album would sound like, you know, in the writing process, and it was great to feel that energy build up during it, you know, especially when you're surrounded by very positive people, and that has a big impact on how, you know, it portrays in your head. You know, you surround yourself with really positive people who are thinking in the same direction, then it's an enjoyable process. Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Derrick, thanks so much for your time.
All right, well, see you soon then.
Thanks, Derrick. Thanks for your time.
All right.